But I didn't realize the spectrum was so spectrumy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so many so many variations and subtle details and everything in between.
Yeah, man. People like to fuck
That is the most poignant statement about the human condition, but it's true.
Such a basic,
different way.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy to see me? You better be. Well, if not, I don't care. So anyway, today we're gonna get right into it with I got the rash rang.
Oh, am I
the big time breezy. It took too long.
Yeah,
so you got the rash rang and the big time breezy with me today, and we're about to get right into the out of pocket.
I'm not gonna edit that out. Go on.
Don't need to. All right. Am I out of pocket for telling my wife's family our secret? Yeah.
The bodies?
Close.
Okay.
Close.
You know, going off of that last out of pot. You know, let's just go on.
All right. So, Mel 28. This is our
John Doe.
Our John Doe. Yes. I've been with my wife. He just says his wife's name. Okay.
That bad a secret? Mm-hmm.
Wife Rebecca. So Guy and Rebecca, they've been together for 4 years. Rebecca comes from a very religious family, and we have hidden a lot of aspects of our marriage. We have some contact with them and only see them on holidays, special occasions, weddings, baby showers, so on and so forth. One of the biggest things they disapprove of was not having our wedding in the church. It was such a big deal that we now hide some aspects of our marriage, like the fact that we're going to be child free. I mean, I feel like you can't really hide that because eventually you kind of tell yourself,
what up on that uterus?
Like, nah, bro.
Parents.
We won't do that around here. One thing the family does not know about is that Rebecca and I have an open marriage and have had an open relationship ever since we started dating. So I was meeting up with another girl at the bar a few days ago, and it was going well, and I didn't notice anything strange. Well, today we went to Rebecca's sister's baby shower. The large baby shower was canceled because of the plague, so it really was dinner with her family. We get there and everyone is glaring daggers at me. The whole thing is tense until we get a slideshow on of her sister showing pictures of the nursery and other baby stuff. In the slideshow, there was a picture of me with the girl at the bar. It wasn't an innocent picture, and looking at everyone would think that I was cheating. The whole family starts yelling at me and calling me a cheater, and how dare I do this to Rebecca. I look at Rebecca for help, but she stays quiet. I try to get them to calm down, and nothing is working. So I just yell out, Rebecca and I we have an open marriage. This causes everyone to start freaking out over even more, and we quickly leave. I'm in the car with Rebecca, and she starts to yell at me about how could I tell her family that I completely betrayed her trust, and that is probably going to ruin her relationship with the family. I'm angry now and say, so what, would you rather make me out to be a cheater than tell the truth? The argument continues for the rest of the car ride home. She won't talk to me anymore. I'm sleeping on the couch.
I want to know what the answer to that question was.
Where do you go from there?
No, I mean, seriously. OP needs to give... What did the wife say when he asked, should I just be known as the cheater here? That's a really important question.
I think the silence speaks volumes.
It does. Because, I mean, like, let's say they do play it out that way, right? He's the cheater. And, like, she stays with him because she knows he's really not a cheater by the standard of their relationship. Yeah. She's just going to have to deal with her parents.
Yeah, socially, you're the bad guy, but she gets to not deal with the consequences.
But she's still going to deal with the consequences, though. Just thinking about this, like, if you're looking at this just completely objective, if you're the parents of this girl and her man's a cheater and you know he's a cheater and you're super religious, so you're already going to interject at any point in time anyway to tell him, like, why are you still with this cheater? So I'm like, it's no...
Yeah, the family's going to shut that down hard,
right?
Well, if they're religious, they're going to forgive him. But if she... You know, the standard religious type family, but she has to be the pristine version of one. So yeah, it's better this way in a religious family. She has a point.
She is right.
Yeah,
it is, because I mean at that point, because I mean, like, you look at history.
Yeah. Imagine they found out now. We don't know the fallout. but she can imagine the fallout. So she's panicking. She's like, please.
Just be a cheater.
Please, just be a cheater.
Just be a cheater.
It's better.
Better for me.
I feel like, given that situation, if you're going to be in that situation particularly, like you're going to have an open relationship and you know your family is like that, you need to have safe words or like you need to have a story to tell. Because I'm like, if you're going to live this facade with them, I feel like you should have something in place. So like when shit goes sideways, you at least have something to default to. Because I mean, he's not morally wrong. He's just socially wrong.
Yeah.
Hold on. Socially.
Because, I mean...
According to the
family. Yeah, family. Yeah, because he's so socially. His social, he's wrong because he's quote unquote cheating, even though they have an open marriage and like everything is like on up and up.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, in that scenario. I suppose so. That's crazy.
I don't think you can use that argument in 2023. In 2023, if you have an open marriage and your religious family doesn't like it, you gotta tell them to get over it.
Yeah, but I think it's more like what Breezy was saying. Like she understands that like they're not, so we're just gonna cut it where it is and leave it there. Call it like it's a childish way to think about it because eventually like everything comes out. That's just how life works. But
she's gonna lose her man.
Yeah. It's either you gotta, as in that situation, you gotta pick one. You either tell your family to F off, or you tell your man to F off. It's like, no,
because he's not gonna live with your super religious family being thought of as a cheater, while you won't go to bat for him. So she's just gonna lose her man.
That's BS.
Especially after 4 years, though. Like 4 years of relationship, like at that point, you need to like I'm saying, because like you already only see them on special occasions, holidays, birthdays, like shit like that anyway. So you're not seeing them like for Sunday dinner every day, every week. So it's like, who kind of cares what they think though? But I mean, obviously she still cares a lot about what they think because that's dictated her whole decision.
He just needs to rebrand. He just needs to grow a beard, wear a black suit, get a nice wide brim hat, and just say,
Don't say it.
I'm a true believer.
Don't say it.
I'm a true believer.
A believer in what, Breeze?
He's not modern anymore. He's going back. He's returning back to the olden days.
Just spreading his apple seeds around.
Spreading his apple seeds. Hey, be fruitful and multiply out here.
Oh no!
A man can have a wife and concubines. The good book told me so.
Right? Okay. I mean, and
crap, the book did say it. Okay.
Hey man, all facts. But also, they don't.
Hey, our cat just arrived.
Well, plus there's going to be another issue anyway because they still haven't said that they're going to be childless. So that's a whole nother issue.
Hello, cats. This is our cat. Her name is Harley.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley. She comes to tax us for rubs eventually. Every episode.
Yeah, they met her last time. They just didn't formally meet her. She was on the last video.
Cool.
Was it 2 videos ago?
Unlike the dog, they met the dog a couple episodes ago. That the dog started barking, the baby started crying. Oh, bro, that was a nightmare to edit. I just left it all in. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, no, I listened to it, but I mean, it wasn't horrible. Like, it wasn't great by any means, but like it sounded like background noise. Like it was far enough away from our voices, but it was still.
We're regular guys. We live regular lives. This is a couch. This is a regular.
Yeah, I mean,
everyday couch.
I mean, if you're trying to get us into like a better place, I mean, hit that sub button and help us get the 1K. Maybe we can get somewhere that's like baby and animal proof. But until then, I mean, we got to work with what we got to work with.
Oh, but yeah. So, question: OP is he the asshole? I don't think so.
Nah,
OP literally didn't do anything wrong.
He was literally fighting for his life.
Oh boy, that fight was already lost. OP's spouse, I can't really blame her, but also I don't think she did something right. That wasn't right. Just
I mean, she threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
I think she got some growing up to do because it's one thing to have just kind of want to hide stuff from your family just to kind of keep the peace. But it's another thing to blatantly lie on your partner to do that. So,
and you got some growing up to do. You can definitely lie through omission. Just because she didn't say anything doesn't mean she wasn't lying. Yeah. So don't use that argument.
Yeah.
Facts. Because I mean, now, because now, on the other hand, though, like, he looks like a liar, and he looks like a cheater and a liar.
Yeah.
Because, like, if she doesn't say anything or fess up about it, and he just blurts this out, everyone gets... Because it seems like he blurted that out. Everyone just went into a frenzy because they didn't know what the hell just happened, and then they scurried out of there.
He blurted out the truth, you know? Just the truth. He just speaking truth.
He did speak the truth, and he blurted it out, but I'm saying, like, for her family, it looks... They doubled down on hating him, though. Because it's like, one, we catch you cheating, and then you lie about it and say that you're in an open marriage. My daughter would never. Oh. She would never.
Yeah, she doesn't even know what sex is.
So it's like, what? It's like, yeah, because I mean, like, that really puts a hamper on a relationship. Because it's like, not saying you need to throw your family under the bus, but it's like, if we've been together for 4 years and you're not even willing to stand up for, like, your lifestyle. Like, because you're not going to not do this tomorrow because your family knows about it. Like, you're still going to live this lifestyle, so.
And if you didn't do it tomorrow because your family knows about it, that's a little bit of a red flag, too.
True.
Right? True. Like, mom and dad still running your life.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, and they're 29. Like, I get it. Like, to me, this story makes a lot more sense if they're, like, 21, 22, like, maybe, like, not necessarily moved out yet, or, like, you know, they still have, a necessity for the family in some way, so to speak. But it's like, you've grown and lived in your own space and had your own relationship for 4 years. It's like, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, you lived enough life to be able to.
I kind of understand that, though, because I used to date a girl whose family was Muslim. And so back in the day, I didn't understand. Like, I'm like, yeah, if they don't like it, then just, you know, fuck them.
Right.
But it took me a while to understand it, but I do understand it. You don't want to completely cut those ties. So, like, there's certain actions you take that severely danger you cutting ties with your family because of bigotry and stupid ideas they might have, outdated ideas they might have. But still, you know, that family piece is very important. And I think even more so to women.
Yeah. But then my question is, do you think that's like a genetic thing or like nature versus nurture? Do you think it's a genetic thing or like a habit we've learned?
I think it's kind of all of the above because like there's a lot of stuff family does and provides that are kind of intangible. Like just kind of having them around, being able to occasionally talk to them, just to, you know, it kind of takes you back. You know, you can live think about like average city life. Like you have a job, you work, you come home. It's pretty dang lonely, honestly. Like it's just you in an apartment. You might have a significant other, but maybe y'all don't live together, you know, all these sorts of things. Family kind of takes you back, takes you out of the stress of like your day to day.
Yeah, and it could be like a linchpin or like something that's like unchanging or just something that you know will be there to like not have to worry about. So if you do have like those lonely days or whatever, you can call somebody or go see somebody. So I mean, I get that aspect of it.
Yeah, because in my case, the girl I dated, she hated her brothers. Like she hated them.
Yeah, she did.
But just, you know, she just liked still having brothers, you know, big brothers to talk to, you know, just to, it's a connection. Because if I fell out with one of my siblings and I just completely lost that connection, then that would suck.
Yeah, I get that aspect of it, but I'm also in the camp of like, if you're not doing anything worth it for me or for whatever, family or not, like, I don't care. Like, you could be gone. But I think that's it. I think that in itself is a difference between like men and women in general either though.
Yeah.
It's like that need, not necessarily a need, but a want for like, I don't want to say companionship, but like, women are social creatures. They're more social. So like I feel like that instinctual need, I guess, is just more, they're willing to go through more to hold on to it. Yeah. Whereas a guy just be like, yeah, I'm just not dealing with this shit anymore. I'm good.
Like it took me a while to understand it, but I'm still like the way I used to be. I'm still like, all right, if we don't see eye to eye, then we're gonna be super distant. That's just it. I live my life, you live yours. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like that aspect of it though, because it's like you keep the people around, and people come around that want to be around or can be around. And then on the other side of that, it's like, you don't. I mean, I'm cool. Like, my life is still going on. So, like, you live yours over there.
Because essentially what's happened is, like, you're pricing yourself out of my life. I'm not doing anything that's making your existence harder, but you're making my existence much harder by having these rigid parameters that you want me to stick to. So if we could you just let those parameters go, we cool. But, like, hey, if you got this, if the stuff I do make you uncomfortable, all right,
Dan.
Peace. Take a walk.
Yeah, and I think she just, our girl Rebecca just needs to have that thought to herself. Like, is it really? Because I mean, if you want to live this lifestyle of being like probably, and like you don't still want your family to know about it. I mean, you're just gonna keep running into this because now that your sister found one boyfriend with some chick. She's going to be looking for every boyfriend as some chick. And you're in a poly relationship, so she's going to find that boyfriend every time. And can we touch on how petty the family is? Like, that's how you go about it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, that is a master troll.
Yeah, it's actually not wrong. I mean, it's the sister... maybe doing it in your dang baby shower isn't the most classy way of getting around.
Just in the middle of the pictures?
In the middle of the pictures. That's something that should really be saved for a less happy occasion, you know?
Like maybe afterward? Or like you pull her to the side?
Pull them to the side, let them know, but just drop kicking this on them like that, you know? I mean, it's just a bad timing. But the actual act of doing it, you know, of it revealing... Hey, I caught your boyfriend, you know, doing some strange. That's justified.
Yeah. But then again, too, my just to play devil's advocate on that, it's like I saw a post about this other day, and someone was like, if someone's cheating, mind your business. Because so the argument is like, all right, you see someone's significant other out with someone else. And it's like, you don't know the situation. Like this situation, Gary, like, for example, like we don't know if they're poly or not or blah, 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 blah. Even if you know they're not, you don't know the whole situation. So like at what point, so the argument was like, you have to have so much audacity to tell that someone is cheating when it's like, you don't even know the whole situation.
No, you don't gotta say it's cheating. But I mean, if it's a strange situation and you don't feel good about it, you just ask about it. Oh, I saw such and such with this young lady there. I mean, if you know, for instance, if it was like a sister of mine and her husband was out with somebody, if I knew my sister like just freaked out about everything, maybe I wouldn't tell her right away.
Just kind of see how the situation plays itself out.
Yeah, but if I knew she was at least somewhat level-headed, I think she got a right to know. You know.
I mean, the boyfriend did have his tongue down some girl's throat. Yeah. So, as like, is the question of, is she cheating or is he not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was whatever. But I do feel like, in response to what you just said, I feel like this family probably doesn't even know how to spell polyamorous. It's a real point that old-fashioned folks don't really understand the new relationship types. Right. So they probably, you tell someone that you're pansexual, they would go like, "You have sex with pans? What's that?" So, you know.
Shut up until 5 years ago, that was me.
Facts. Learned a lot about sexuality, the spectrum, and like how things work. Yeah, it was weird. So, and the reason it was last Pride Month, Michelle Visage, she is a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race, and she did for like every day of the month of June, she posted like a different flag that represented like a different sexuality, and it was just something I did every day. Just spend the 2 minutes reading. I couldn't tell you what any of them are, and I'm just always like, good on you, because I'm like, I don't know what any of this means most of the time, or like how you identify or whatever. And it's like, to each his own. Like, I don't care.
And it's like, try it.
I support you. Yeah. You guys live your life as long as you're not fucking with no one else. Like, I'm cool with it. But it was a lot. I didn't realize it was... Like, I knew it was a spectrum. But I didn't realize the spectrum was so spectrumy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so many variations and subtle details and everything in between.
Yeah, man. People like to fuck stuff.
That is the most poignant statement about the human condition, but it's true.
Such a basic
different ways. Yeah. We didn't have like stuff to call it. We didn't have terms. People were always like into different.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is too. Because like none of this stuff is new. It's just you just slapping the.
We're just identifying it and allowing people to like come together around this thing. Because before it's like everybody, you might think you're like super weird. It's like, oh, I got this thing,
right?
And then you try to explain it to the people closest to you. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. So now you can go online, and it's a couple other, hundreds of thousands of people that have this same interest, this same sexual drive.
And I feel like too, like now that it is so open and talked about, it's like those loved ones may not understand it, but they'll at least be like, I'll help you find your people or, find what you're into.
Good luck, though. You'll find it. Use the whole internet.
Oh, yeah. The internet will never guide you wrong.
No, never. You'll never end up in a cult or anything.
Yeah, man. I found my sexuality through LimeWire.
Oh. Is it viruses? Because that's something you found on LimeWire was viruses.
I found on LimeWire.
Big Black Bubble, but it's not. Okay, so guys, that's a bit of an inside joke. So,
wait, did we do that last time?
We did explain it.
Oh, we did explain the hell out of it.
We did explain it. Oh, twice. That was such a good. Yeah, so go back and watch episode either
13 and
13 or 14. One of them we talk about the Big Bad Bubble Butts 9. And it's been an inside joke for like a decade now.
The flubber knuckle lore.
Booty like an earthquake. Quick.
This is what we did last episode. We did this exact.
We're gonna do this every episode from now on.
Hey man, it might be a new intro outro, man. Get B pumps on there.
I couldn't find a song. I could not.
Me neither. We both had the same idea.
All right, so we need to. That's our new mission.
No,
we got to find the song. No. We got to put it up there.
I know where it is, but we don't know.
You know what?
I know.
Why might still have the DVD?
Oh shit!
Who has the big black binder with all the games in it? It's probably in there.
I'm gonna check that. Let's check all.
It's probably in there.
I also have a big black binder.
I just gonna say I also have a big black bubble
binder. Big black binder.
Okay, all right. You got the BBBs. That's cool. So we'll check back with you guys about that. Like, that's such a. Oh man, I guess that kind of. I guess we kind of talked about that last time though. That was super similar. Don't really want to do that one. Oh man, what would your last meal be?
Do I get to cook it?
No, you in jail, bro.
You're in jail. Damn. But you can pick. You can pick the chef. You can pick the chef, and you can pick 3 courses. So you get 3 courses. So you get a appetizer, a dinner, and a dessert.
Appetizer gotta be some kind of tacos.
All right.
On brand.
Yeah.
I respect it. So for me, I want a nice gay salad. It'll be chicken parmesan, grape tomatoes, dried cranberries, garlic and parmesan with house Italian dressing. That's actually what I'm going to be cooking. You don't cook salads. That's what I'm going to be making. Maybe like tomorrow. I already laid the chicken out.
All right. So is that your entree or your appetizer?
I'm super hungry right now. I'm sorry.
It's cool, man.
That's the appetizer.
All right.
Entree.
I think for my app, I would do like some crab rangoons.
Not bad.
Some sweet chili sauce.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's pretty good stuff.
Tacos.
Who make it though?
I will find
Dang,
the oldest Asian lady I could find, like straight out the mountains of China or Japan, wherever. That's just don't really know how to speak to other people. She just been making her wontons for years, and they're just money. Or just like any lady if I go in anywhere and the lady's cussing her family out in whatever language she speaks and turns around and asks me what you want, she can make them.
That's what it is.
She can make them.
No, that's pretty good. Entree. I think entree for me will be a slow cooked pot roast, super tender, carrots,
potatoes,
all the fixings, with a side of what would the side be? Garlic, garlic and butter, green beans, straight out the oven. Would I do oven or would I do
like stir fry?
I might do stir fry with that one. With a nice tall mason jar of lemon and cherry Kool-Aid.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. With some cornbread.
You gotta have cornbread.
Cornbread and collard greens. I have collard greens with it too.
Yeah.
Who will make it? Somebody's big mama. I don't know who.
Somebody's grandmama.
One of y'all family members. Probably your mom. Baby, my mom, baby. Your mom. Your
someone's mom. Yeah, I'd be someone's mom.
Yeah.
So, meat, spicy fried chicken sandwich. Garlic fries.
Garlic truffle fries.
Mm-hmm. And a whole bunch of ketchup. Just like enough to kill Mark off beat.
I don't think it'll take that much to kill me off.
And a Pepsi.
That's on brand. That's on brand, for sure. I would do a Wagyu ribeye with some garlic mashed potatoes, greens, mac and cheese. The one where you hear the crunch across the top, and then you hear that. Oh,
that's pretty tough.
When you scoop it out, yeah, we get the crunchy layer of cheese on top, and you got to crack into it and just goop.
That's pretty tough to do. I need to talk to my mom, find out how she does that before.
Consult with the big moms.
Yeah, we need to consult the mamas out there. Yeah, because that crunchy layer with the goop under it.
Hopefully, some gutman cheese.
Yeah, a little bit of the gutman cheese. Raw. Yeah, and then for a drink, I'll do some Minute Maid cherry limeade.
Oh yeah, that's classic. You do that over a Tahitian treat? Asking the big questions here.
Nah, I gotta do Tahitian treat. If it's my last one, yeah, I gotta go out with a 2-liter treat.
I wonder, is that available nationwide or is that like a Midwest thing? Tahitian treat. Do you guys know about Tahitian treat?
Yeah, it's like a fruit punch based soda.
Carbonated soda.
Carbonated soda.
Fruit punch drink.
Yeah.
Carbonation.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Super good.
All right, desserts.
After such a decadent meal, I might just bring back the Choco Taco. Just
straight from childhood Choco Taco?
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at you, man. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, I guess there's too many desserts for me to pick one seriously. I can't choose. It have to be the Choco Taco. 2 of them. Precise.
All right.
If I'm about to be executed, I guess you can say I'm already getting my just desserts.
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
I wish we had sunglasses. That was worthy of the sunglasses.
Dang. I'm gonna have to edit that and listen to it on the podcast.
I make sure Breezy he edits those in. For sure. For sure they're going in there.
Oh, I don't know if that'll work. I was looking down in shame when I said it.
Oh, yeah, we can throw some sunglasses on.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The best dessert I had ever had, I think it was at Olive Garden. It was a tiramisu. I hope it wasn't Olive Garden, but I feel like it was Olive Garden. It was a tiramisu, and you could taste whatever liquor they used in it, but it was great. It was great. So I'd like to have that. It was hot. It had a brownie with it too, come to think of it. And the brownie was soaked in the alcohol.
Yeah, I think tiramisu is a liqueur.
Yeah, like chocolate liqueur or coffee liqueur.
So yeah, tiramisu with brownie. Yeah, tiramisu with brownie.
All right.
Decadent.
I'm tossing up either some peach cobblers.
Oh my god.
Or a carrot cake. Because we had the steakhouse I worked at, we had a carrot cake. So you make the carrot cake, typical carrot cake.
I never had a carrot cake before.
I'll get you some of that carrot cake. It's so good. Because it has like coconut in it, has pineapples in it. And like after they make it, so we cook the cake, make the cake, let it sit for a day. Then we poke holes in it. And then we make like this brown sugar, corn syrup, sugar, crack cocaine. Pour that on top of it. Let that soak into the cake. And then that sits for a day for it to soak. And then on the third day, you make the cream cheese frosting and use that. And it is decadence in every bite.
You don't use the walnuts in it?
There's pecans in it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the walnuts in that carrot cake. But pecans, I like pecans.
Yeah, and there's soaked pecans too. Yeah, I'll get you guys a piece. It's unnecessarily decadent. It's so good.
Now that you say that, can I change mine?
Nope. You're already dead.
You're already dead. Yeah, you got executed already.
Damn. I hope
Try getting a reincarnation.
Stuff. I don't want the bad cocktail stuff that keeps me alive, but excruciating agony.
I mean, if you feel that way, just raise your hand and tell them.
Oh.
It's okay. Just sorry, just raise your voice and tell them, just say.
I kind of feel like the whole head chopping execution was more humane because of that. Like it's no messing it up. Like your head's either on or it's off.
Well, Game of Thrones taught me that you can't. I still remember that scene. I read that like 12 years
ago. If you didn't sharpen your blade enough,
he was just was he weak? Was that it?
No, I think you're right. He didn't sharpen his blade enough.
Sharpen his blade. So he had to hack at it.
It took a couple of tries, but he got it right eventually.
Oh man! No, I mean like the whole drop the chopping block type deal.
Yep,
that's efficient.
It actually was so much more humane than the shit that we're doing now.
Yeah,
but it was gruesome, and because it was gruesome, that's why they banned it.
I mean, it just shouldn't be in public. I mean, like, you shouldn't be able to view. I mean, even now, you shouldn't be able to view it. Like, I get it. Even if it's like a super murder or whatever, you have the people doing it, like a couple witnesses, like people that have security and call it a day. Like, you shouldn't just be able to like sit there and watch someone get juiced up.
I can't remember where I read it, but I think they also banned it because it became a symbol. The guillotine became a symbol, and they didn't want that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The guillotine was kind of hit or miss with the people it got. It was indiscriminate.
Hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, like, but like, if we took our justice system now and use that as nothing's got any better.
I mean, there's a reason that the little poke they give you also has a paralyzer in it. They don't really want you talking about how it really feels, so to speak.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I just don't imagine this. In my lack of knowledge, I can't imagine that that's any less painful or less painless. Like, you can't tell me that it doesn't. You can't tell me that hurts less than just getting your head chopped off.
And to be honest, they could give you something to render you unconscious first if they wanted to.
Yeah, it was I was just gonna mention it, like about 10 years ago. This is the last time I kept up, like probably execution stuff. They had like
great conversation starter.
Yeah, they were trying to like save money on the cocktail stuff that they used to to do these things. And it was the cocktail they used was so painful for the person that got injected with it, and it took them so long to die. And they took a while to fix it. They took a while to like.
I imagine that's not on the top of anyone's priority list.
Yeah, I'm like, cruel and unusual punishment. Huh? I'm just gonna throw that whole thing out the window.
Yeah, I mean, once you're a convicted criminal, none of that means anything.
Hey, if you don't like it, I'm sure you can just appeal. Oh wait.
Aww. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, cheery stuff. What's the next topic?
Yeah. Went down a bit of a rabbit hole.
Yeah, so last meal. And another one I had was an instrument. Like if you can like become a master of an instrument, what instrument would it be? And why?
The clitoris. No, seriously. Just think about just. I
mean, just walking up like maestro style and just panties dropping all over the place.
Like, I imagine, right? Fist of the North Star.
Don't know if that's the terminology we should be starting off with.
Orgasmo.
You shouldn't be watching time.
No, you shouldn't be watching time.
One strike, and it's over.
100 crack fist.
You already came.
Fist of the quarter.
You know, the whole spray thing that happens in fist. Okay. That's the punchline. Breezy, what about you?
I don't know. That's an interesting term of thought, though. Like, if you learn how to play guitar, you already can be good at that sort of thing. You know, you're plucking and you're strumming and you're...
I don't know. Plucking is the good word to use for that either.
You know,
boing.
Teach her out. I don't know. Somebody out there like loves it plucked.
There's a clip that I really want you guys to see now that we've hit this subject of a Conan O'Brien show. Tom Marlowe's on there with a sex expert named I think her name was something Berman, and she was showing the guys how to touch the G-spot. And to explain this to him, she brought out a pipe fitting to show him how to do it. And the segment was already hilarious, but it went completely off the rails when she was like, yeah, you wanna use the come hither fingers. And she was like, yeah, just how you would call your kids. And the audience just audibly recoiled and were so quiet after she said that.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
Phrasing is so important.
It just almost completely shut down the whole segment. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward.
Oh my goodness. Instrument, either keyboard or harmonica. Probably harmonica.
I just didn't think harmonica.
Bro.
Enlighten me on the harmonica.
Cowboy Bebop, those moments where like it just be like Spike will do some stupid shit, almost die, and then we see like one of the Native American characters gazing at the stars. Then you just hear like this harmonica music. It was a movie. You had
all right, okay, that's fair enough. I mean, you can get down on harmonica.
Yeah.
I go between the drum, like a drum set, or guitar.
You played the drums.
Yeah, I played snare drum back in high school. But like I was either a drum set, what I think would be dope, just going for it, or guitar, because I feel like a guitar would give you like just a good bridge to do other stuff.
All right, classic. All right, to be honest, I did play piano in high school. I always wanted to get good at it. But I used to have an electric piano, but it went somewhere. I can't remember what the hell I did with it.
Yeah, it was in a room forever.
Yeah, it's just gone now.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in years. But I'd love to just be able to play piano That'd be great.
Just casually walk up and just go.
It was fun. I used to know how to play Greensleeves back in the day. That was like the only song.
I can play Lean on Me.
Oh, really?
Because it's like four fucking notes.
Nice. I like the kids that can play. Could you play Tupac?
No.
I remember.
No, that was like the first one everyone else learned. Yeah. But I was just like, nah, give me that one note, that one finger.
I can do Jaws. That's another one I can do.
Is that like
keys?
Oh my god.
One's F. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm that super square guy. The only thing I ever learned how to play was Fur Elise.
Oh, that's a good one too. I can only play that with the lights on, with the keyboard lights on. That's the one that goes.
Yeah, I really like funny enough, I really like classical music. So I got the record player I got in the garage. We have like one day I was out there just smoking, and Sophie came out there and I was listening to Rise of the Valkyries. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm chilling." Like I could not be in more of a mood, to get more of just a vibe right now than right now just chilling, just listening to classical music.
So she just came out here. Who are you looking to conquer? What are you doing out here?
Just living my best life. It was very evocative of that time that like when me and Soph were still dating, came home and like you were drinking tea and reading a newspaper, and I was just drinking tea and sitting at the table talking to you, and she came in the house and was just like, she know what year it was.
That's a very English vibe right there.
That's probably why she was so confused.
Yeah.
So you remember the old apartment, right? How we had the table right when we walk in?
It's all in my head right now, man.
Right there. Like, as soon as she walked in, because Breezy was sitting against the wall and I was right here. So she just walked in and we were just like, what's up?
Bro, that was 2011. We were like 22.
Chilling. But anytime I talk to anyone about you, I always tell them that you're an old soul, and I tell them that story, and they're just like, how? I was like, we was like 21, 22, bro. Like then, I'm sure that night we went and got fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
But like,
most likely.
during the day, tea and the newspaper.
Yeah. Maybe some video games here and there.
For real. And the person I talked to had to have been like a child or like very younger than us, because their first thing was like, where'd you get a newspaper? And I was like, we can still buy them like 10 years ago. It's not like now where they know where to
gotta order those on Amazon.
You gotta get a subscription to newspapers.
Hey, dude, so
just DoorDash them straight to you.
What do little kids do for jobs now? Like young kids.
Huh?
Because I mean, like, you don't get a newspaper. You can't get a newspaper out anymore.
Oh. Lemonade stand, they probably still do that. What else do kids actually got real jobs nowadays? They actually,
yeah, you could be like a full-time programmer in like 8 now.
Yeah, they're like full-time social media managers.
Bro, when I was a kid on YouTube, who was a millionaire showing off his toys.
Facts.
Yeah,
self-made.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I think him and his dad were. He's a multi-millionaire.
His dad is probably like his secretary.
I think his name is Ryan too. I think
Ryan. Yeah. Ryan's World.
Oh, well, that means anything I say about it must be true.
Facts.
Yeah, talk about Little Prince, Jackie.
For real though.
Straight up.
Interesting argument about those though. It's like, where does since the internet is essentially lawless, it's like, where does child labor come into that?
That's a good point.
If you never learn until after the fact what it is, like child stars, for instance, like Jeanette McCurdy, you thought everything was all cool, and then years and years later, mother exploited me, took all my money.
Yeah, because I was actually, those that know, I'm a huge iCarly fan back in the day, and I was super butthurt that she wasn't on the reboot, and I kind of like soft boycotted it because she wasn't on the reboot. But then I found out all that shit, and I was just like, damn it, I can't be mad at you. Like, I want to see Sam again. Like, I get it.
Yeah, she's trying to move on.
Yeah, so like because somebody posed a question, one of the YouTubers I watched was talking about it, like as a secondhand topic, because like it was just a topic that came up. It's like, where in the YouTube game does child labor come into aspect? And it was talking about like all the kid YouTube channels. For example, like the Ryan kid, it's like, at some point, yeah, it was like, kid comes up and is like, Dad, I want to make YouTube videos. And you're like, cool, whatever. You know, you put a camera in front of him, he plays with his toys, whatever. But when you realize that shit's making a couple $1,000 an episode, it's like, at one point, does it become this child is living his life to this child is actually working? And like, not just as that Ryan, that's just not just for Ryan's world, but like for all of those like play-based, kid-based, like YouTube. It's just like, because at some point, like, you gotta not necessarily force the kid, but like anyone that's been around kids, like for any amount of time, it's like they're gonna do what they want to do. Like kids, you know, kids are just kids. Like they get an idea, they just kind of run with it. They do stuff, they whatever. So it's like, in my head, I find it extremely difficult to like formulate a YouTube video around a kid and get them to do it without some type of like exploitation.
Yeah, there's to some degree, I think. Even if you like, I'm thinking in that case, I'm hoping like the dad makes it fun. Maybe does it on like a Saturday. You know, it's like their bonding time together, that sort of thing. Like that'd be okay, I guess. There's this video. YouTube's been sending me these videos lately with like babies for some reason, and
random
as shorts. They've been sending like a lot of babies and animals lately. So
I think you just have to target age for dad, so they're just like,
I guess so.
Get ready.
I guess it worked because I did watch the one with the baby, and it was cute at first. It was like, okay, this little baby, like the mother was like, the baby was like eating a fry or something like that, and the mother was like laughing at how she ate the fry. I was like, okay, that's cute or whatever. It's stupid, but it's kind of
dang, man. Yeah, just gonna just throw it out there. Like
it's just, why am I getting this? Is my whole thing.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
But they sent me a couple more, so I watched like another one, and then after a while,
all babies, all the way down.
But it was the same baby. But like, what I started noticing was that like on a couple videos, the mom will get the baby as she was waking up. But like the light was like in the baby's face, like it's a phone. She's recording the baby with a phone, so like the light's in the baby's face. So I'm like, there's all these videos of you and this baby, but the baby like always has this like this harsh phone light in her face, and it's like, that's not cool. You should probably not be recording your baby this much and putting it on the internet.
Yeah, it's like heck, as just like a security measure, I kind of would shy away from it too.
Yeah,
I had a question. Like, at what point in parenting does making your child do labor be abuse? Just like, say if you were on a farm, you had an 8-year-old kid. 8-year-old kids, they help out on farms,
right?
You know, in the old days. Would you compare, you know, whatever Ryan's World is doing to like farm labor?
I wouldn't, for one reason. It's like that what that kid's doing on the farm, that's just him and his family seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're just using that for like, you're farming to like grow income for the family, or you're helping out because like you just want to help out. And it's like on the other side of that, it's like what you're doing is directly putting someone in front of a camera to make money. Because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like that kid that's like getting cabbages out of the field, like he's helping his family makes money, but it's not, the world isn't watching him.
Yeah. So it's like not exploitative.
Yeah.
It's survival. It's, you know, farm work, you're kind of pulling your own weight. Whatever you're growing, you're going to be eating. But, you know, you put this YouTube stuff, you got basically that bright phone light in your face, like Breezy said. Yeah. So it's exploitative, but it's not labor abuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, and that's what the whole like conversation about. It was like this super touchy subject because it's like, because in like some of the videos you look at, you see like somebody, because you watch it like if you take one kid for example, and you watch like 10 videos for a kid, like 7 or 8 of those videos, you can see the fun because you can obviously tell when someone's having fun and when someone's forced to have fun.
Yeah,
and it's just like, but then like as a YouTuber or as a parent of a YouTuber, it's like, do you notice the videos where your kid doesn't have fun and just don't use those? Or do you still upload that to get the money? You know what I mean? So it's like all these inner workings of like, it's just a bunch of layers of the subject to like.
Yeah. You gotta, it's not simple. You definitely gotta be.
Not at all.
You gotta think of all those layers to make sure you're not damaging your kid. I'm sure the guy who's helping out Ryan is, so he considered that. I'm sure they got their whole system to make that make sense. But it's tough. I think in regards to the question you guys answered, the only difference between the two that I see is like you said, one's on camera, one's not. But essentially it's the same thing. Like you're kind of, only difference is other than the camera itself, other than the images being forever lasting, you know, to the end of time or whatever, is that the kid becomes the breadwinner of the family. That's when it becomes weird. When the kid's income is like the biggest income that the family is bringing in, that's when it becomes, you know,
by definition, you are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you got to consider human patterns, human behavior. If this is bringing in this much money, typically we're going to want to keep.
We need to keep that money in.
Yeah.
And I think Britney Spears is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Because that conservatorship was some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like all of it. Like the fact that can even exist as an option of things to do is already fucked up. But then when you look at like the exploitive nature of that, like throughout time, it's just like, why did she need to fight to get out of this?
Yeah.
As an adult.
Child actors. It's just this really, we're just kind of rehashing the same conversation of child actors, you know.
Yeah, and I think the side of a YouTube that makes it like slightly better is that like people have a more of a say on how YouTubers YouTube versus then how like the control over like a child actor's life, because once they're off screen you have nothing, but like now it's like if you're a YouTuber, most likely you have a TikTok, you have an Instagram, you have all these facets of your life are there. And it's like, people notice stuff, like they will say stuff, or they will like harass whoever's your guardian is enough until some police officer or somebody, some force that can do something will do something about it. So I think that's like the best possible outcome. And like the positive side of it is like, you know, if something does look a little fucky, like eventually not the YouTube police, but somebody's gonna come knocking at your door asking questions.
But I feel like from what I've seen of cases like this on YouTube, that only happens after it's too late.
I agree.
That always happens in every child actor case. But also on the flip side of all of this, to play super devil's advocate, you're also setting that kid up for more success than they would ever dream of.
I don't know. I feel like the kid rarely gets to see that. You're setting yourself up as the parents for a lot of success. Those parents are going, ooh, we're in the money.
Yeah.
But like, as for the kid, I
think that's like case by case basis.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure it's a couple, I would like to think that there are a couple parents out there that are like putting money away and telling them, letting their kids live a normal life. Like, you know, they say like, I don't want to do a video today. Like, I want to just hang out with like my IRL friends, that they're just letting them like exist and do those things. Yeah. So that like, you know, they can come back and like still enjoy. Because I mean, like, even you get the YouTuber burnout, like professional content creators get that, and they'll take like a month hiatus or like do something, whatever. Like, I just imagine for a kid, it's like worse because kids' attention span just aren't there. You know, so it's like, granted, you know, they'll want to do it. They probably do a solid for like 6 months. You may even get a year out of it, but it's like, I just hope that there are parents that are like, hey, it's cool, you know. Or like if the kid's like, I want to step away from it, they're like, all right, cool, we want to step away from it. Like, you know, we make one more video, tell everybody you're going to step away from it and call it a day. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, so I really like the hope that there are parents out there that are like, hey, you know, we're going to put this money up for you, you know. Like, we'll take our cut as like managers or whatever, but like, at least let the kid live their life.
Yeah, I would like to think most parents do that, but I don't know. I have no data.
I have nothing about it. Because, I mean, Sophie and I was thinking about it because, like, we had some pictures of, like, when Emma was, like, a baby, and people were telling us, oh, you should get those, like, Gerber and, like, other things. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Because, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, she won't ever be a Nepo baby, but, you know what I mean? It's like, at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I guess I want her to be in control of her life. And I feel like once you start doing stuff like that when they're kids, it's like, how much of their own life do they really control? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? They can be case by case. Like, a kid can be pulling all the shots, you know, or most of the shots that they can pull without, you know, the necessary adult activities that they might need to money management, stuff like that. But I'm like, I
think you give them tools just to kind of widen their toolbox. I think that's like the best thing you could do. Not like pigeonhole them in anything, but like, okay, you learned dance early. Now you have these dancing things. You did sports at this point. Now you can do sports if you want to. You like to read books, so I bought you all these books. So just kind of, you know, feed into all sorts of talents and interests. Not like forcing them into anything, but like just having them try, you know, stuff out.
But it's like when the YouTube videos start coming in, YouTube views start coming in, and like this one content is like what's really making the money.
Right? Dance for me.
You better dance for this camera, little girl.
No, YouTube stuff is super exploitive just because it has to be so frequent to like catch on.
Oof. Yeah.
That's the thing about YouTube that you know, even we're like learning, you know, how you can't just make like one thing. You got to make all these little things to
add in together. How the spider web like works together and fixes itself.
Yeah. All social media, you got to keep it active to be relevant.
This doesn't seem maintainable.
I think it used to be more so, but it's becoming more and more exploitive feeling. Maybe for some people it's not, but I think for most people...
Well, I think the bar has risen. I think it's more or less what it is. Like, again, like the early days of YouTube, it was easy. If you had the balls to do it, to make a YouTube video, you would get famous. But like now you need to have the balls to do it. You need to have like the right setup, the right topics, and like the right thumbnails. Like I just feel like I don't feel like nothing's inherently changed by it. It's just like the bar is just risen to get to that.
The algorithm is changed. Just like absolute shit compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, which is it's just completely
Yeah, they stacked the deck in favor of more authoritative voices.
I feel like if you have a search engine for anything where you can put in the exact name and title of a video and not have that video come up in the results, that search engine isn't made to help you find that video then.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, it's mysterious. YouTube algorithm works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, it kind of works how one works. I feel like they got multiple algorithms and they just put them out. What do we do today? Use that one. Tomorrow? Mix those three together. See what happens.
Yeah, I can't explain that shit.
Nah, we still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? We made a little bit we have a slight bit of success, but you know, we would like to see it keep going a little bit more. Yeah. So it's a constant grind.
Yeah.
But shit, talking about our YouTube open wars, I feel like we should end it here before we get shot by the YouTube ninjas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna find us.
They'll find you first. Your name's on the account. All right, this was a good episode. Damn, I feel out of pocketed.
Yeah. So thanks for coming around, guys. Thanks for this episode 15. Thanks for coming around and hanging out for episode 15. We'll see you next week. May your pillow stay cold and your bed stay warm.
Stay perfect, chat.
MGS reference.